Fala aí pessoal, beleza? Estamos aqui com mais um vídeo pra vocês. Vamos seguir aí, tá? Tem um tanjo aqui.
Esse cara agora não vai passar porque tá com pós ali, tá ligado? Fica olhando igual um retardado, um babaca. Não, aí é muito inteligente esse jogo. Aham. Desse jeito. Bom, aqui agora praticamente é o final, né? Onde a gente tem que chegar. Aqui a gente tem um... Calma. Vou botar aqui. Tem algumas coisas. Aqui tem algumas coisas pra gente catar.
The soul jar stands on its plinth. You see, or your visions, the scene twists again. You feel a jolt and open your eyes to see the soul jar before you, lying still in the...
Lucky find.
The jar on the plinth before you seems ancient.
Isso aqui eu...
It's in surprisingly good condition. It's covered in pictograms that you can't understand. But you're sure you just saw the pictograms spin to life, and you're dragged into a dream. You see the lizards of the ancient as you roam. The human apes turn away from you, all but one. One smiles, one opens his arms, one says he'll take you home. He promises power for a price. He picks off your golden scale. You try to fight.
A história, hein?
What's yours, but a woman takes you by the hand and leads you to a tower.
Eu já vi essa história, então.
He promised he'd take me home, you cry. You are home, she smiles as she seals the door. This is where you belong. Your hand drops away from the soul jar, your skin prickling.
Nice.
De novo esse elmo. Indianas.
This jar glitters and glows. With a jerk, your mind is pulled to a scene in a tavern. You see a dwarf in the center of the room, joking us all around roar with laughter. All bar the zombies, who are slavishly serving food and drink. The door opens, and a tall, beautiful woman stalks into the room. She's flanked by heavily armed guards. You can't make out her words, but see the fear in the dwarf's eyes. The dwarf mutters a word, and the undead lurch towards the intruder, but are cut down like wheat. The dwarf tries to run, pushing her friends into the woman's path, but is grabbed before she can escape. As she's dragged away to a tower, you hear her cursing Brachus Rex and his whore. Even when she's thrown inside and the door sealed, you can still hear her shouts. You pull your hand away from the jar.
Lucky find.
Que são os... Uma varinha aqui. Essa varinha aqui é interessante, ó.
Look at that wand. It hums with inner source.
Aqui tem aqui o outro aqui.
A soul jar rests between two full... When you touch the glass, your vision wavers. You emerge on the prow of a fine ship. Your armor pulses with enchantment, dominating those who draw near. Your flag flies for Brachus Rex, a tyrant who traded for your soul. With his power, your flesh and blood is no longer relevant. The vision fades as the soul thrashes, trying to sever your connection. To be soulless is a horrible, empty fate. You seek out Brachus's vault, but the moment you reach the soul jar, he ensnares you. Thus imprisoned, you can only dream about what is out of reach. Your soul, the vision shatters as the soul squirms away from you, curling up in the bottom of the jar. The soul jar pulses with trapped life force.
Nice. Oh, lucky find.
The jar before you may have looked opulent once, but no longer. Now it's covered in grime, its paint chipped away, and its jewels long stolen. The soul jar rocks slightly, light flashing from underneath its lid. On its rim, you can just barely make out the name Gratiana. As soon as you touch the jar's cracked surface, you see a vision of splendor. silks, fine food, and decadent lechery. But the vision shifts. You see burning villages, slaughtered women and children. You see her, purging wand in hand, standing amongst it all. She throws her head back and laughter echoes in your skull. A shadow falls across her, and you see a large, weeping face. She reaches out as if to comfort, but Bracchus drags her back. You see her fall into the mire of the swamp, trapped. As you pull your hand away, you can feel a deep, longing sadness in your soul. Is it regret, or just sadness for a life that used to be?
Nice.
Nice. Bom, aqui a gente vai fazer o seguinte. Vamos ver.
You made it all this way.
He trembled.
I'm cursed as long as the jar stays unbroken. Really?
He drops to his knees.
Thank you.
Dá XP, ainda dá item, então acho que vale a pena. Uma besta não serve pra nada. Daga, inteligência, necromante, constituição. Vale a pena a daga. O shield bom também ali. Acho que aqui vale mais a pena. Eu tive uma sorte grande.
Deixa eu ver aqui. É isso aí, tem um quadro aqui pra pegar ainda. Aqui praticamente vale mais a pena liberar a alma do bicho, cara. Dá mais gold. E aqui tem uma visão, né? Aqui a gente vai ter uma bagaça aqui, vai pegar habilidade. Eu não sei se aqui...
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or as you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms.
That shrine seems to have brought me here.
Vendo espírito, um poder superior que concede temporariamente a habilidade de ver espírito. À medida que você aprende e canaliza mais essência, você poderá ser capaz de usar poderosas habilidades à vontade dentro do reino mortal. Tá. Beleza. Não tem nada. Dá pra falar com outro. Deixa eu ver aqui. Só tem que... Ah, não. É um pra cada raça, mano. Olha, eu tô vendo.
The air is still and quiet in this strange place, but as you approach a mysterious figure in the distance, silence crowds your ears even more closely. The onyx eyes, three-layered crown, and feathered shoulders. You recognize her from the statues that stand tall in the desert sands. Her tail is coiled demurely around her feet, her fingers tented, their tips lightly touching. She looks at you softly, affectionately, and begins to sing.
I called a hero from the chaff. I called him here to me. I called a hero from below, and he shall set us free.
A ação faz sua mente começar a cantarolar, deixando tirar o dia da cabeça. Do jeito que ela faz. Manter com postura sem aceitar, rejeitar. Aqui é pra aceitar, né?
The great god steps slowly toward you, her song flourishing to a crescendo as she approaches. Her fingers remain tented.
Hear and heed my call, my love. Your hand is mine to hold. Hear and heed my call, my love. I've secrets to unfold.
Isso aqui eu não fiz, como isso aqui eu não fiz.
She is close to you now, her great round eyes peering affectionately into your own. She cradles your face in her hand and continues to sing.
You are mine. You are my own. Your life belongs to me. You are mine. You are my own. My champion to be.
Aí não, né? Tá. Deixa eu ver o que vai dar isso aqui. A gente tá querendo me
Her
controlar.
eyes narrow to slits, and she steps back, looks you slowly up and down. And smiles.
Very good. You are not easily seduced, even by those you should be able to trust. I'm impressed. It seems I have chosen well.
Qual a diferença que faz? Agora fala que foi. Então não era pra me. Não era pra me deixar seduzir pela canção do Deus? Não sei. Não entendi isso aqui não. Cada Deus reage de uma forma. Se eu ver se eu aceitar a canção dela, vou ver o que vai dar.
She smiles, raises her hand from your cheek, and brings it down hard across your face, leaving a stinging impression of her large hand.
If you are to be my champion, you mustn't be so easily seduced. I shudder to think I saved you from the roiling seas for nothing.
Ah, fica puto. Nenhum deles gosta disso, eu entendi, ó. Isso meio agressivo, esses deuses. Meio que você tem que provar ali o negócio. Tem que rejeitar ali o negócio dele. Ah, não quero não, essa porra aí. Meio louco, né? A benção dele, tem que negar a benção dele. Assim, ó. Esse aqui.
Her eyes narrow to slits, and she steps back
É.
and smiles.
Very good. You are not easily seduced. I'm impressed. It seems I have chosen well.
She stands tall and proud.
You will lead our kind back to divinity. You are my Godwoken. You are exceptional, even among our kind. Let me show you.
Suddenly, a whirl of energy enters you. You feel it uncoil in great bands, expanding outward from your belly to the top of your head and tips of your toes. You feel
Ó,
perfect.
você aprendeu a técnica de benção, que lhe permite abençoar superfícies, nuvens, objetos e personagens. Você também pode usá-la para remover condições de maldição. Ah, então isso aqui eu posso usar nos itens, né? Eu posso usar isso no anel? Eu não sei se dá pra jogar no chão e usar nele, né? Tem isso também.
I have unlocked a great power within you. One only though you feel it, don't you? The rarity of this I bless the very water beneath your feet. Now you may wield that power. This is the task I lay before you. It isn't small, but it is yours to carry or to abandon. Over time, I will ask much of you, my champion. But for now, I ask little more than what you know in your heart must be done. You matter. You above all others. Even those you may love.
Her pupils narrow.
You know as well as I that there are other forces at play in this unfortunate world of ours. Your so-called friends may be aligned to the...
She gestures to the battle below, where tremendous powers clash in endless violence.
A new era is upon us. Not only does man battle man, but God battles God as well. I believe in you. I handpicked you among all my beloved kin. You will protect us.
Beleza. Por que ela tá aqui? Deixa eu ver.
Sibyl is pensively tracing a new name on her arm. Gilded letters in an ancient alphabet.
Sibyl. My own name. A little gift from Tyrsendilius. Leave it to a god to be overly dramatic. Must be a celestial party game. Or maybe he wanted to teach me a lesson. If the latter, he has much to learn.
Blessed brother. Interesting.
Yes.
You thought it was interesting. You know what's interesting? Watching an entire world be strangled by the roots of doom. Seeing the giant races. I don't know what you're talking about. I am perfectly calm. Anyway, as interesting as that cold hellscape might have been.
Não lembro onde pega. A benção. Agora vamos ver se a gente consegue salvar os caras lá, né? Deixa eu ver se eu consigo. Ele já fez tudo que tem que fazer. Vou dar uma passada rápida. Não, eu já fiquei aqui. É aqui mesmo. Vamos ver se a gente consegue aqui. Usar a benção aqui. Vou fazer até um teste aqui. Vamos ver se dá pra fazer isso aqui que eu tô pensando. Usar a benção nesse bicho aí. É pra curar, né? Cura não.
Deixa eu ver se dá pra... Acho que esse aqui. Cadê os caras no meu time? Os caras aqui não cura, né? Da praga. Agora vamos ver se a gente consegue fazer alguma coisa. Vamos ver o que a gente vai enfrentar ali. Vou pegar um save diferente. Que aqui eu não sei o que a gente vai enfrentar não. Mas isso aqui a gente vai deixar para o próximo vídeo, beleza? Valeu, fui!